It wasn't just the first team in red-hot form last weekend, as both the Under-18s and 21s ran out convincing winners against Reading and Liverpool respectively. This weekend both are in action again as the Under-18s face Norwich on Saturday and the 21s play Sunderland on Monday. Last Thursday's impressive 3-1 victory against Liverpool at Anfield boosted Saints to 4th in the Barclays Under-21 Premier League, giving them a chance to go top by Monday evening. Jason McCarthy marshalled his defence through that encounter and says the chance to reach the summit is a real motivator for his side ahead of their tie against the Black Cats.
Especially off the back of two league wins as well, and our saw in the table we're 4th now and climbing up there quite rapidly, so hopefully we can get the win on Monday and climb up again to 1st.
Another player who could now be in the squad is Bevis Mugabe, a player that you used to partner for the Under-18s. Is his arrival going to be seen as competition for you, or do you feel that he could be a player who could compete with Will Wood, to get alongside you, being the captain, really make this a strong force at the back?
Definitely. Well, we've got a couple of players that come back in now, Dom as well, not just Bevis, but it's going to strengthen the team, definitely, and it's good competition for places, definitely, and I like playing with Bevis, but I like playing with Woody as well, so I don't really mind at the end of the day, but it's all good, and it helps the team's ethos as well, and hopefully we can get the win on Monday.
The game will be played at the training ground at Staple Woods. Is part of you wishing that you could be at another stadium? After your experience at Anfield, you played at St Mary's. Everything's been going well at stadiums. The players are really rising to the occasion and playing well.
Yeah, I like playing at stadiums personally more over playing at the training ground because I like the fans and I like the bigger occasions and the stadiums. But don't really mind. Obviously, as you said earlier, it was a chance of getting to 1st in the table, so that's a big motive in itself. But I personally prefer playing at stadiums, but we'll be ready, definitely.
With Sunderland coming on Monday, that's on the back of the first time of back-to-back wins for the side, so are you confident on building on that and getting another victory to make it 3 on the row?
Yeah, definitely. We've had a good week's training as well, and Heskey and Ryan are both sort of partnering really well at the moment, and against Liverpool, right across the board, I think everyone was excellent. As you said, we've got players coming back into the side as well now. So, yeah, I think we're definitely ready and hopefully get the 3 points.
It's been a decent start to the season. I think we're becoming more and more effective in terms of what we're doing. So the harder we practice, the better we become, and that's what we'll continue to do.
7th place Sunderland on Monday. What do we know about them so far this season?
They'll try and play. We played them in pre-season. It was a very open game. They had quite an experienced team at the time. I don't expect them to have that now. But they'll play a similar way to us. They'll try and get it down and play. So it'll be more of a technical game.
I imagine Omar Rowe will be going in with bags of confidence as well into that fixture after scoring a hat-trick in that pre-season game.
You would hope so. I mean, he played particularly well in the second half of the game against Liverpool. So hopefully his confidence is high and he's becoming more and more consistent.
You said that match against Liverpool was the greatest you've seen from the side since you've been at Southampton. Have they really carried that on into training and really built on that?
We've never had an issue in training. They've always been very focused. The energy levels and what they've done is good. But like we say to them, we don't want you just to be a good player in training. We want you to actually show all that are there in the games of how good you are and what you've taken on board, which they did in that game particularly.
Technical director Martin Hunter will be looking for a brighter performance than last year against the Black Cats, when his side were beaten 3-0. Goals from Michael Mandron and a George Honeyman double saw the Saints beaten at Staplewood that afternoon. Sunderland sits 7th in the Barclays Under-21 Premier League table and come off the back of a single-goal victory over Leicester. If other results go their way, Saints have the chance to go top, but Martin Hunter doesn't assess his side by their league position.
Yes, it's part of the measure, but it's really, the players developing to get into the first team, either training with them regularly, as we've got with quite a few of the players, or getting in that first team squad. That's the main aim. Winning football matches is very important at under-21 level. So yeah, if we're top, that's a testament to how well we're doing at the moment, and we'll keep working at that.
You say about the aim being getting players to train with the first team. Have you been pleased with the level that I've been doing that so far?
Yeah, I mean, there's been no issue. We constantly talk, the first team staff and myself, about the players, about their attitudes, about what they've been doing, and if they're doing well and they're needed, then they'll be put in the squad in terms of first team training.
Do you feel that's applying this weekend? Are you feeling that your options are being a bit more limited by how well some are doing and pushing up to that senior squad?
No, that's not really an issue. It then opens up another avenue for the players that have been doing well. So we've now got in the under-18s, Anthony's now blooded quite a few of the first years, and that's what we try and do. The second years are trying to push into the under-21 team, or you never know. In the next few weeks, some of the first years might be doing the same. It's we judge the players on individual performances and the way they're doing. And the old adage is, if they're good enough, they're old enough. We don't have an age barrier in this club.
Are you expecting to include maybe a couple of under-18s on Monday?
Possibly on the bench. We'll see when the weekend's over, and then we'll see what we're doing on Sunday. We'll train on Sunday, and then report for the game on Monday afternoon.
Now on to our under-18s, who are in a rich vein of form ahead of Saturday morning's visit of Norwich City. Anthony Limbrick's side recorded back-to-back wins for the first time this season last weekend and haven't conceded now in 3 matches, something that Limbrick says has given the players confidence to go on and take all 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's been obviously pleasing to keep those clean sheets. I think it sort of started against Arsenal, where we got simply through to half-time as a clean sheet. And that just gave us a platform to build on from there, and we've just tried to get to the half-time with a clean sheet as a team, though, not just the back four, but everyone working hard together, and we've really been desperate and been a focus for us to do that. And I think in a lot of the games we have created really good chances to score, so I feel like if we, and the team feel like, and the staff, that if we do keep the clean sheet, it gives us a great chance to perform well and get a result in any game.
Norwich this weekend, they've scored twice in the last 6 games, so possibly maybe another chance to get a clean sheet again.
Yeah, I mean, I think that any game, like we said, we want to go in with that goal of keeping the clean sheet and playing from there. I think you can't really look at form too much. I think the teams in the 18s change quite regularly anyway, with depending on 21s games and first team and that sort of thing. But they're normally quite young like us. Normally play a lot of players up and give them the opportunity. So, yeah, I think it'll be 2 teams who try and play good football and hopefully, yeah, we can keep the clean sheet but score a couple ourselves as well.
Last season, this strike from George Mells wasn't enough to see Saints rob the Canaries of all 3 points, as they could only manage a 1-1 draw at Staplewood. Saturday's win at Reading saw Saints remain in 10th but strengthen their bid to escape from the bottom 4, which will split into a group in its own right, joining up with its equivalent from the northern section come March. Norwich are rock bottom and have conceded 20 goals, perhaps a chance for the informed Marcus Barnes to add to his season tally.
Yeah, he's done well. I think these work rates really helped him last 3 or 4 games, and he's put that into practice, and was really pleased with him on the weekend because he worked really hard in the first half, in a half where we didn't have a lot of chances, and then was a lot more clinical in the second half with his chances too. So yeah, pleased for him. I think if all the front 3 work really hard, then they'll create chances, but I think it's about us and what we do and not worrying too much about the opposition.
Maybe another chance for the likes of Carell KMB and Olafella Olamola to maybe come on and make their impact as first-year scholars?
Yeah, well, I mean, they haven't had that many opportunities so far, but Carell started last week, and you always get maximum work rate and effort out of Carell. It's just whether he can be nice and composed and calm in that final third. And Fella's been working hard in training as well, having had a long-term injury and coming back, probably not quite ready to play full 90 minutes yet, but has come on and made some good impact and been impressing in training. So they need to keep up to those standards and get their chance when they can. Obviously, with Harley Willard being away with international duty at the moment, there might be an opportunity for a couple of those to play more game time.
With Norwich currently sitting at the bottom of the league, what have you seen from them so far this season?
Yeah, I mean, like we said, they're normally quite young and try and play. So they try and play good football, and they do play it the right way, passing through the thirds. They've played a couple of different formations, so it'll be interesting to see what they come with this weekend. But we've just done a bit of match prep there and are quite planned and prepared for either way. So yeah, fingers crossed we can go and put that into practice and move on from there.
Up top, Saints have scored 7 in their past 2 fixtures, and their options going forward only look to be growing stronger. Dan Demkiv came off the bench against Reading to mark his return from injury and underlined his desire to get back in the side and amongst the goals.
Yeah, it was good to be back, because before I was doing quite well, I thought, and that injury just set me back, so it's obviously good to be back and get playing again.
You said you were doing good beforehand. You banged in that goal against West Brom, a great strike. How bad do you want to be doing that again?
Well, it's time for me to progress now, as next stage of my career is a professional contract, so I need to try and work my way towards that. So I just need to get back playing and trying to do what I was doing before.
And in trying to make that progression, how frustrating can missing 5 under-18 games be for a second-year scholar?
Well, obviously it's quite frustrating, because you need to be playing in every game to try and make an impact and to try and just play the best you can to try get your name in Martin and Anthony's mind for them to give out the professional contracts.
How much of a boost was it though to come back in, from a personal point of view? That last weekend was your first win of the season from a personal point of view. How good was that for you?
It was great, because obviously they've been winning a few before that, and it was good to be around them. But for me to be involved in that win, it was really good, and obviously the team mentality is really good at the moment, because we've been winning.
And as a result, you're going to have to win your place back, aren't you? Team morale is quite high, everyone's playing well at the moment, so there's good competition going about. Yeah,
obviously everyone's playing well, so it's going to be hard to try to get back in the team, but if I keep trying to train as hard as I can and just do what I can, then hopefully I'll be able to earn my place back.
Norwich this weekend, the preparation's been going well?
Yeah, preparation's good. It's been good for every game so far, and it's just the same, so we're just focusing on our strengths and what we need to do and how we can go around beating them.